Okay, hi Pisces, and welcome to your April 2021. You guys are final this month. Every month when I do the readings, I do them in the order of whatever season it is. So it's Aries season, so I started with Aries, and I'm ending with Pisces. So it's lovely to be here reading for you all. I hope you really enjoy the reading, where I'm going to talk about some intuitive messages for your month of April. I'm going to do the week-to-week tarot energies, and then I'm going to do an extended reading on Patreon, which will be linked below. For you guys to check out as well. So intuitive messages for Pisces, it's very, very clear now to you, like super clear, like the clarity that you're getting is wild and different for you. You're probably the least confused sign of the zodiac right now, with the most clear vision, especially into the things that you don't need anymore in your life, okay? So for those of you who are feeling comfortable and who are feeling like things are smooth sailing and predictable and also enjoyable, congratulations, you're really in a good energy right now. Because it's okay for things to not feel final or to not feel like they're right about to complete right now. We are in a very youthful energy of Aries and then Taurus at the end of April. Which is meant to feel kind of, I don't know where things are going. I'm not positive where I'm taking this. I'm not positive what the end game is with this or that. So that's totally fine. But if you're feeling really burned out with something, or if you're feeling like something is out of date, outworn, or, has been ongoing for too long in your life, you would very clearly be able to understand the solution to that now. You would very clearly be able to understand what you need to do in order to make this work, okay? So I think that it's really important for Pisces in the month of April, just as a strong intuitive message coming again, to understand any meanness, okay, to understand any mean-spirited people in your life or any, because I'm sensing that there's something that's been a little bit mean or a little bit harsh, especially directed back at yourself, like the need to have like a cosmetic surgery, the need, and feeling unattractive in order to motivate that, or feeling as if something is not good enough to motivate that. The need, just as a hypothetical, the need to live in a more expensive house, the need to be requited by many people, the need to have more money, okay, starts with a level of meanness in a lot of cases, in the sense that there's no satisfaction. And there are like healthy ways that we can want more in our lives. There are healthy ways that we can even, have that cosmetic surgery or, have that nicer house. Like that's not always a bad thing. We don't want to get like a stigma to those things, because those can be done well too. But Pisces is one of those signs where it's like, which one is it? Like, why? What is my motivation? What am I doing this for? A like healthy reason, or is there an unhealthy tone to like my job or my business or my relationship right now? And a lot of times you guys get really caught in those waves. And this is the month, April of 2021, where you're not getting caught. Things for what they are. You can call a spade this month. And for some of you, it's like a little too late type of thing. Like you've already executed a lot of decisions, like you've been very executive, you've already authorized certain things to go through, but it's better late than never as well. That's another thing that I'm hearing for you this month. Better late than never. Like you can save yourself a lot of trials just by accepting that the way things were absolutely fine, or the way that you had been going about things, while maybe not evocative of where you want to be in the future, was okay and was fine, okay? Nobody's out to get you. Nobody's trying to expose the more vulnerable parts of you. So the exposing of that which is vulnerable is another thing that's coming up for you in April. And specifically to yourself, but I do feel that many of you will be seen for who you are. I do feel that many of you will be understood by another person. This is really beautiful stuff. I feel that many of you can actually, for those of you who are single, meet a soulmate or meet someone who will really help you transcend a previous insecurity And many of you are also going to heal your relationship with trust in the month of April, and that could be vicariously through another person, or just by being gentle and kind to yourself as you go through a big transformation of self. So I'm sensing some of you might be having like procedures in April, whether that's like a surgical or whether that's even just a change in your routine, kind of like a procedural change. It's very regimented. It's very systematic, kind of how you're changing things right now. And I think that that's fine because you want to really implement now if you need to. Like if you need that change, you want to really implement it. You don't want to be in that in-between place. So I talked about the in-between place in a few of the other readings this month, where on one hand we know we want something different. We know that we have changed or ascended or basically become a new person, had a rebirth. And we know that because of that, we have a certain new things that have to be connected to, yet choosing to maintain the previous dynamic out of security needs, yet also not being satisfied with not pursuing the new things that we want. That in-between place is the enemy right now, okay? And for those of you struggling with that in-between place, what I would really recommend is sitting down with it and really materializing what it means to have what you're wanting. So whether it's that, a cosmetic procedure, whether it's that marriage, whether it's that, updated lifestyle, whatever it is, sit down, make a plan for it. I think it was in Scorpio's reading that I talked about making the hypothetical 5 or 10 year plans. I don't really believe in those types of things because it gets you really stuck in the current paradigm, but it is hypothetically not a bad thing to do right now. Because it will show us what we're motivated for and what we're not. Like, do you enjoy putting together the 5-year plan for like this music career? Or do you enjoy putting together the 5-year plan for this like course of study? Like, what do you enjoy considering? That's a really good way to understand how your path might change in a positive way soon. And as you understand what you're motivated for or what you want, compare it to where you currently stand. And if where you currently stand is not feeling good, I think that you need to, at the very least, kind of devote yourself to these future ideas more materially, okay? Or even if you can't just, have that music career right this second or have that course of study right this second, understanding that there is maybe a plan of action to get yourself there is one of the most self-loving actions I think that can be experienced right now. So on that note, Pisces, let's talk a little bit about the week to week for you in the month of April. Okay. So in the first week, you've got Justice rooted down by the 9 of Wands. So that's what I'm feeling. You're at such a point zero right now. Like you've just passed a go. You've like collected $200. I'm sorry, shameless Monopoly analogies. You're at square one, basically. Everyone is. It's post-equinox time. It's like a great, great, beautiful period to roll the dice, to think about the future moves. So being that you're at this like square one, that's why I'm kind of suggesting for you to plan out the considerations that you have. 9 of Wands is reading that down. So there's too much, you're coming from too much exhaustion. You're coming from too much burnout. You're coming from too much effort. And effort is not a bad thing, but when effort leads to burnout, it shows that things have been done in vain or that the process has not been well optimized, or that you're trying to make something or do something or forge or create something that's just not really relevant for you. So really observing that, okay, observing what has not been a relevant part of your creative process yet has been forced through anyway, just to get by or just to hide yourself away or isolate yourself in some way is really important to see in the first week. And you can have like this expounding aha moment, like, wow, why don't I just do what I want to do? Like, why don't I just at least prepare myself to have that now? Okay. Yeah. Week 2, you've got 2 of Pentacles reversed, rooted down by Death reversed. So the decision-making process is coming up. Pisces is not the most decisive sign in the world. Yeah, that's true. But I think that you guys can actually give it to yourself now. Like you can give yourself the decision. You can make the choice. Try to not trick yourself up with that. Like, gosh, I just don't know which way to go. I just don't know. Again, that's that in-between place, that dreaded, awful in-between place. I need to make a full video about the dreaded, awful in-between place, because it is prevalent right now for everybody, let me tell you. It's rooted down by death reverse. So it's like you're refusing to make the change. You're refusing to transform. And I understand, like, again, this year of 2021 that we're in deals a lot with solidifying, securing, having guarantees, warranties, insurance, knowing that you're covered, knowing that your needs are met. That's a huge part of this year as well. But on the total other hand of that, we've got this Jupiter, Saturn, and Aquarius demanding us to get out of our comfort zone, demanding us to think about our higher potentials. And due to both of those really strong aspects of this year, some people are creating some of the most incredible things that do both, that secure them while also, being very much a part of their high potential. So yeah, the entrepreneur does really flourish in the year of 2021 if what they're creating is in alignment with that potential. If not, it's very difficult. Okay. But thinking of your own entrepreneurial capabilities and thinking of how things really can work together, work in tandem with each other, dual purpose, dual benefit, dual capability is a big part of the second week. And try to not hold yourself back. Try to not stagnate yourself. Okay, it's Aries season. You can kind of take a little leap of faith if you want. Week 3, you've got the Tower reversed, rooted down by Knight of Wands. Crisis avoided in the third week. You are able to prevent things from going wrong. You're really able to solidify and secure anything. You're becoming very renowned maybe for being able to make things work, being able to make things function, regardless of how hard it is, regardless of how irrelevant it is. You can make it work, you can make it function. That sounds a little bit salty, but that's what the Tower reversed is to me. It's like the ability to make even the most chaotic, most difficult things work, A lot of us are going through that right now. And that's rooted down by Knight of Wands. And it's like, it's not in vain, it gives you, it's like the creativity it takes to make certain things in life work can sort of open up a portal or, I don't know, establish a synapse in the brain that like can be applied to many things. Yes, that's true. Very versatile knowledge for you. Pisces becoming a very versatile, knowledgeable energy as always. But you want to get more creative. You want to have more fun. You want to travel more. You want to have a few more things in your life that aren't so standard. Okay. Again, sometimes the Tower reversed upsets me because there are times where things just need to fall through, where things don't need to go on, where things don't need to be made to work, and a pivot needs to happen. And again, this is like a legendary year for a pivot. So if that's evocative of what you're going through, Pisces, maybe it is strategic in a way to let certain things fall through if it's exhausting you to make it work. But this very much depends on individual situations. Again, you have to be a good judge of your own situation. But a lot of people that I've been working with, and I've seen this in my own experience too, where there's like this desperate need to like establish cohesive security in the life, regardless of whatever it takes, and to just make everything work that's been part of the experience for a long time now, and just make it work, just keep it going. And I'm seeing for a lot of people that they are bypassing their real potential through that process. At the same time, some people have to support their families. Some people have to put food on the table. Some people have to, avoid falling back in with like emotionally destructive people. And sometimes we've got to make certain things work to make that happen. So I'm just giving you guys a dialogue about both sides of this equation, because it kind of seems like that's what's most important for you. Two of Pentacles reversed, really getting clear, really getting out of confusion. It's so important for you to just clearly know what's on both sides of this, okay? And again, it's leading you, I know this is chaotic, but it leads you to create something so good by establishing what the two paths are. So week 4, you've got the 9 of Pentacles rooted down by 4 of Wands. Beautiful. Wow. Isn't that a change in tone? Like, you kind of realize the needless worry or the needless anxiety, or perhaps the overvaluing that was happening of that really exhausting job or that really exhausting career or that really out of tune with who you are situation. You kind of see how you might have overvalued that, and that maybe it wasn't really as secure as you thought. And then you're like, wow, this is what is actually in front of me. Because then it's like you don't have any fallout time from it. What do I mean? Like, as you make these realizations, there's no like aimless time in between it. By staying out of that in-between phase, in-between place, there's no time of like just being like hapless. Like, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm here for. I don't know. No. Like I'm not feeling that from your energy at all. If you're having that, that's coming from somewhere else in the chart. Like I would pay attention to like Cancer or Virgo placements, and pay attention to those readings, specifically if you're having that type of experience. But for Pisces, celebration in the fourth week, nobility of character, nobility of person, forgiveness, comfortable clothing, trust and confidence in what you've created and manifested, long-term value, true value, ease, simplicity, ceremonial expansion, engagements, parties, financial success. All of that stuff is there for you. And so suddenly, a lot of you are really making something work. A lot of you are really having a huge boost in self, a huge boost in energy just through prioritizing the material truth of like what you need to be doing in your life. Okay, so that sums it up, Pisces. I'm going to do an extended reading for you on Patreon. You can click the center of the video now to check it out. I do weekly forecasts and all the readings early and ad-free, and we'll go into a central theme and supporting themes to understand more about how you can get into that great energy that we're seeing in the fourth week there. So let's do that now, Pisces. Much love. Bye.